Good afternoon. My name is Kathleen Vencheri, and I'm the Academic Advisor for Fashion Marketing, Marketing Communications, and Graphic Design, along with Tara Odo. We're going to go over today the evolution of marketing, communications, graphic, fashion, and how these three fields changed from past to present, and how you will define these fields in your future. How did marketing, communications, and graphic design begin? And how does fashion tie into these areas? In this presentation, we will learn how these three fields evolved over time and how it made and continues to make an impact in today's world. But let's start from the beginning. What does fashion, graphic design, and marketing all have in common? Visual communication. And as you can see here, there's many ads throughout the times, going through posters, billboards, TV, computers, and how they evolved. Visual communication is what ties marketing, graphic design, and fashion together. From the beginning, visual communication has always been used to catch the consumer's attention in a positive and intriguing way. As early as 1450, mass printing was available. In 1730s, magazines came out to the public. In 1839, posters were becoming popular, and in 1867, the first billboard showed and advertised a product. These were the first ways of marketing products where graphic design, if you want to use this term, was first displayed through magazines, billboards, newspapers, to sell products, for instance. Here on the right, you can see some old billboards and ads on the street, advertising, for instance, the Record Herald for a penny, and some of other ads. In 1883, the Ladies' Home Journal was one of the first virtual communities in its day. Readers sent in letters for advice, and writers offered feedback, from redesigning their bedrooms, making dresses, to cooking recipes. This journal even coordinated with ad agencies to create product promotions next to pages with relevant articles to product companies were trying to advertise and sell. Here's a picture of a Ladies' Home Journal from 1911. It's called Romance and Social Number. Another magazine you may see familiar is Vogue. In 1892, in December, Vogue releases its first issue. Vogue means style in French. Vogue began to embrace style, fashion, and culture, which continued over the years. Now many magazines are online, such as Vogue. There are topics you can choose, such as fashion, beauty, culture, and fashion shows right at your fingertips. And here I'm going to open up the website so you can see it. I'm going to follow the link on Vogue.com so you can see all the trends going on online, where you used to have a physical magazine. Now you can read it just all online now with all the topics. Okay, so here you see the Vogue.com website. You see the categories: fashion, beauty, culture, fashion shows, city guides. There's some pictures. There's some articles you can read on culture and beauty, for instance. If you scroll down, as you see, there's some advertisements. And as you saw in the past, there used to be newspaper ads. Now you can click on any ad, such as this one: subscribe, get free clutch. For Vogue magazine to sign up. Burberry ad, if you want to click on that to go shopping on Burberry.com. It's an instant user-friendly ad. We can click right to that web page and instantly go shopping or look at those advertisements and products, for instance. On the Vogue website, there are even ads and promotions that I just showed you. You can just click on the page. Instant advertising, like from a newspaper, but only interactive. Plus, you can buy right online, so it's very easy for the consumer. Besides magazines, how did radio and TV play a role in fashion, marketing, and graphic design? Besides magazines, people were exposed to radio and TV advertising. In 1922, radio advertising began, and in 1941, TV began to advertise their different consumer products. And in 1946, telephones were even first used to call the customer. You can say radio and phones were used as audio communication to imagine what the product would look like, feel, or taste like. And TV was the visual communication to people, of course. Here's a question. When do you think the first soap opera debuted? If you want to just type in maybe an answer on the side and then see what you think, and I can give the answer. Okay, so the choices are 1980, 1930, 1965, or 1971. So what do you think what year it started? Okay, so if you're thinking about it, the answer is actually B, 1930. The very first soap opera debuted in 1930 on the radio. Now, many of you are thinking of the soap operas today, on TV, Young and the Restless, General Hospital, but soap operas debuted on radio to begin with in 1930. So, why did I mention soap opera, and how does it relate to radio and TV ads? The first soap opera was called Painted Dreams and debuted in 1930 on the radio during weekday daytime. This aimed at housewives since they were home during the day. Since mostly housewives were listening to the radio show, there were soap and detergent commercials broadcast during the shows to promote these products to housewives to clean with, for instance. And the term opera refers to the drama of the shows and the characters in it. This is where the term soap opera comes from. As you can see a picture on the right, imagine you hearing a radio broadcast of these two actors on the right talking into the microphone, scripting through the lines of a soap opera drama. And when you're hearing it through the radio, you're imagining everything of what they're doing and saying. Over time, the soap operas, of course, evolved into TV shows, and so did the commercials you see today. But now the shows sponsor so much more than soap and detergent, don't they? Okay, here's an ad from 1950s soap advertisement. Look at the soap ad and see how it marketed to moms and housewives to use at home. Look at the design, the visualization of the soapy bubbles to make the cloth clean, for instance, and the style and fashion of this ad. You see how the ad says, keeps active hands, attractive hands, and the woman's hands almost seems like she had a manicure where it keeps her hands very nice. It says, wonderful new Puritan, does more, saves more time. And it shows even a picture of the person's palm, as you notice, on the right side. Okay. Basically, it's showing that the scrubbing bubbles are making the cloth very clean, and you're visualizing it. You're seeing that in that ad. And think about yourself watching TV and how the ads and commercials have evolved today. Can you think of some ways of what changed and maybe what stayed the same now versus the 1930s through 1950s or even through today? In 1954, TV ad revenues goes beyond magazine and radio and ad sales. In 1970, telemarketing begins, where the company calls customers on the phones to try and sell products. During 1950s through 1970s, more ways of contacting the customer mean more opportunities for marketing. During 1973 to 1994, even more new forms of communication emerged to the customer, such as through the first handheld mobile phone and, of course, the first time through computers. In the early 1990s, the use of cell phones, internet, and email were on the rise. Even the first use of text messaging was in 1992. Think about how you receive emails regarding advertisements, promotions, and the graphic design of these emails today, you see. In 1998, search engines evolved into Google and MSN, for example. See the print screen of google.com below. So if I go to google.com, which I'm going on the website now, you can basically search or shop for anything. Let's say if I type in fashion and I click search, as you can see in the lines, you could search by web, images, you can click on newsfeed for fashion, shopping, videos, maps, books, flights, apps, anything pertaining to that topic you type in. So obviously there's more options and more opportunities for search engines here, as opposed to just looking through a magazine to search for something before computers. Even you go on any site like yahoo.com or msn.com, you could do the same thing. And think about how this evolved today from the early 90s, how computers first came out. Now in 1998, the first blog, as you call it, begins online. But does anyone know where the word blog comes from? I know all of you have used blog, have blogged online, but how did blog start and how did the word start? Does anyone know? Okay. So the word blog basically evolved over time. So in 1998, the first weblog, it was called originally a weblog because think about it. You're keeping a log of something on the website or the web. So it's a log on the web. Like some people have started the diary entries or writing just general articles as a weblog, if you call it, to keep track of something. Then in 1999, it was called Weblog. They separated it from weblog to Weblog into two different words, kind of like an action, like we blog online. And it basically formed a noun, we blog, that person blogs. So the term blog uses as a verb or a noun. So if you say to blog or blogging something, you're making a blog, you're writing a blog. That's how it evolved from a weblog, called it a blog. So does anyone have a favorite blog page or one you created? I'm sure you could think of many blogs today where you can blog on certain trends, especially dealing with fashion or graphic design, especially with marketing, different topics. From years ago, that blog wasn't around, where you couldn't talk about the different trends online and blog to your peers, your coworkers online. Along with blogging, there is social media used today, as you know, such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. What I did was I gave you an example of the website. Let's say I gave oldnavy.com. So I'm going to show you how going on basically any website to do, let's say, online shopping or getting more information or even blogging more about the business or ad you want to learn more about. I'm going to show you how it markets people. So if I go on oldnavy.com, And as you notice, if I scroll to the bottom, you'll see this, hashtag Old Navy Style, and you'll see Twitter, Facebook symbol, Twitter symbol, for instance, Pinterest, and those are all catering towards you as a customer, getting your opinions, for instance, and seeing what you like and what you don't like maybe, and to maybe blog with others based on that website, what you like, maybe your styles, your fashion, the trends. That's basically an outlet for people to start communicating with each other. So I want you to take a look back at the previous slides and see how drastically the tools for marketing communications, graphic design, and fashion has changed, how they were used and evolved. Over time and through today, they all were designed to communicate to people, basically to sell, to show an idea, style, or product, whether it's to advertise, to market towards you, to buy the product, or to get in trend with an idea or style, or blog, if you will, about it. Those all communicate the same thing to people, an idea, style, or product, basically. And we just want to know, even if you're not majoring in one of these areas, or if you are, that's great, but if you're not, think about maybe how you're going to write the future for these fields: marketing, communications, graphic design, and fashion merchandising and management. As a student, you are here to receive a degree and make an impact on the world, to be a place in history. If you were to major, let's say, in one of these fields, how would you write the future? What will be your mark on this timeline, now through beyond time in the future? And what do you see trending today and for the future? We would love to hear from you and your ideas. Please email or call us anytime with your ideas. If you have any questions about these majors or anything further, you can certainly reach out to us. We'd love to hear your ideas about how you're going to shape history in the future. Or if you would like any further information on any of these programs we presented today, please feel free to reach out to us. As the academic advisors for marketing, graphic design, and fashion, we are here to help you reach your goal as a student here, to succeed and for the future and think beyond the box, to think outside the box, if you will. My name again is Kathleen Van Cherry, and I'm the academic advisor for marketing, communications. Listed as my phone number, 973-405-2111, extension 6383, and my email is advisementonline@berkeleycollege.edu. Tara Odo is the academic advisor for graphic design and fashion, and her number is 973-405-2111, extension 6387, or you can email her at advisementonline@berkeleycollege.edu. Thank you so much for hearing me and presenting today. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so if you have any other questions, just feel free to call me anytime or send me an email. Thank you for hearing this presentation today. We look forward to hearing from you.